Hello guys and welcome back. Today we are in New York as promised. I have created a custom mission in the Miltech Mission Hub. That will not be a rescue mission and not a military mission, so not what the Mission Hub is normally doing, but this time it will be a police mission. I got mostly inspired by the livery that is included of the New York State Police. It's not the New York City Police, but I guess it's close enough, and I think they are also working together. Actually, I was really hoping for a high quality photogrammetry, but as you can see, sadly, New York is not always delivering the right quality. That saying, you will see during the flight, it should be pretty great. I guess all of those unique buildings look nice. But once we will come closer to the ground, it might look really ugly at times. Okay, that saying, I wanted it to be like New York, so let's do it. In the future, I will maybe consider doing those missions in places that don't have photogrammetry, right? Or I can just turn it off. Or maybe you can propose a place with great photogrammetry that would be like a great place for a mission. Then please write it in the comments. For me, I think Venice looks really nice, even close to the buildings, but I assume there are many more places. So if you know some, write it down and maybe I will have a good idea for a mission. Okay, so let's not prolong it. We are starting with this view because in this mission there is a timer, right in the beginning. So I don't want to fail it. Okay. As I said, this time I have used many more advanced functions, so let's hope that it will all work out. Other stuff that you might see is, I think there's one typo, so sorry for that, in one of the mission objective descriptions. But currently there's just a very small window for those descriptions, and it's hard to see when you make a mistake. From what I know, there is an update of the Mission Hub planned this week, maybe. They are trying to do it. And there will be some improvements, among others, a longer window for the description. Okay? So it will be improved. And now I think we can start our police mission in New York then. Okay, so we can see the timer, right? We have 5 minutes to prepare. Okay. And if we don't do it in 5 minutes, we will actually fail the mission. Okay, so there is also a unique information there. Now I will just enable the general description so you can read it when I will be preparing the helicopter. Okay. Need to move around a little bit. 5 minutes should be enough. Okay. Okay, so you can see, a typical police mission, right? In general, it took me around 2 to 3 hours to prepare this one, but I was prepare and test, right? But I was using a lot of new functions that I didn't know before. So I would assume that if I would be more experienced, I guess I am now, then it would be even shorter. Okay. So we do have 70. Still a lot of time. Okay, this one. Okay, and I think we should be fine. Let's look at the engine parameters. Everything looks nice. Okay, still 3 minutes to start. So we need to catch this killer, right? Okay, let's start with SAS, cabin door. And we should have the normal cabin here. Yeah, the one for passengers. So let's just imagine that we have some additional policemen in the back, because this will be important for the mission. Okay. a quick look at everything, and it's ready. As you can see, we don't need like the radar and the GPS for this one, so it's pretty fast. Okay, should be fine. Okay, do we have the handbrake? We do. Okay, now we just need to take off. Let me just make it like lower the volume for you, so you can see the outside view. And we can see New York State Police, right? Okay, so it seems that we are ready. Let's not waste time. Let me just enable head tracking. This is the free one that I have discussed in like one of the videos. Okay, select this one and it should be fine. Yep. Okay, I can just trigger it with the button on my joystick, and now we can just take off. And we can see it has already changed, right? The car of the suspect was spotted, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So let me just look around. So we can just turn here. But let's just be on our way. Gear up. Okay, maybe a little bit too fast. So this one objective doesn't have an arrow, okay? But it does have a pointer that you will see in a second. This is because of this current limitation, right? That if I would add like the heading to the objective, the objective field would be too small to fit all of the text, right? So it's a little bit simplified. And now you can see the marker, right? So this is the parking lot that we need to reach. Okay. Let me just turn this off for a second. Okay. And now we can start going down already, right? Let's investigate this parking spot. I think this is supposed to be a train station, so I guess there is a slight problem with the rails, but the parking lot is there, right? So we will just see if we cannot find the car of the suspect. Okay. For now, it's like this mission is mostly like a proof of concept. I just want to see what we can do to have some fun, right? Okay. So let's take a look at the parking spot. Let's just get rid of some of the speed. Okay. And let's just start looking around. And as we have reached the marker, right, we are now trying to identify the car. And we just need to like fly around for some time. And it's important that we don't leave this area, right? Okay. The car seems to have left, but was recognized near a construction site. And here we do have a heading, so 0 to 6, so it's kind of in this direction. There is also a marker, but it is hidden by buildings. Oops, sorry. Yeah, like this. Oh, now you can see it. It's also possible to not add any marker and not add the heading, and then well, you will have to only navigate by the description, right? You can give some tips in the description of where to look for, like the next objective. Okay. Once again, let's just get me rid of some of the speed. Okay. It's so easy to get too fast in this one. Okay, so we still have some room. Okay, and we are close. We can see like the distance to the objective all of the time. I'm still getting used to this head tracking. If you haven't seen the prior video, there is also like a video when I will talking about how to get this free head tracking and like how to set it up. Okay. We can go down a little bit because it's pretty close. So let's just look for the construction site. From here, I would say the photogrammetry is pretty cool, but you will see like in a moment, it's not always like this, sadly. Okay. Okay. And we are at the construction site. Okay, so let's just move a little bit closer. Okay. And let's look for the car of the suspect. It's also possible to add some additional objects, right? And I think other than the boats, there is also like an option to add custom objects, but I'm not sure how it's working yet, right? So we have reached the place, so we need to look for the car, okay? Somewhere in the area. Okay, too much collective. Okay, the suspect flees on foot, right? Lend and assist with the arrest, and we can see where the suspect is supposed to be, more or less, right? So let me just, whoops, gear. It's so strange with head tracking, but it's like, especially for those police operations where you need to look around, right? It makes a lot of sense. Okay, and it's also like more realistic because you are supposed to look out from the helicopter, right? Okay. Let me just make sure that we don't fly. Oops, oops, oops. Into any trees here. Okay, are we going down? Okay, it's so hard to get the feeling for the collective. Okay, let's just move up a little bit to be closer to the marker because the suspect flees, right? Okay, and now we are down. Okay, and now we can see pursue and arrest, right? So let's just simulate that we are letting those police officers out. Okay, now it's a little bit louder. Let me just, okay. And they are pursuing like the suspect. It's also possible to do a slight delay here, right? So it's more natural. You can also do like a hidden timer. So it's like this pursue and arrest would appear, for example, 10 seconds after landing and not immediately after landing. So then you would still have time to like simulate that you are opening the door, right? Don't look at this one, it's really bad. Okay, so we have the suspect, deliver the suspect back to the precinct building, right? So let's just close this one. No? Or maybe the wrong door. Yeah, now it's okay. Okay. Yeah, photogrammetry in MSFS 2024. So as I said, if you know some great photogrammetry places for some missions, let me know. Okay, so let's deliver the suspect now. I was so much hoping like for New York to be great, right? Because it's one of the main cities. I was really expecting a lot, but sadly, you can see how it looks like. It would look much better without the photogrammetry, but then we wouldn't have all of those great buildings, right? Okay, and now we once again have a heading, right, that we can follow. And there is also a marker, like you can see here. I guess I will go around. Don't want to get pushed into any of those buildings. Okay, gear up. Let's go back with the suspect to question him, right? Okay, from this perspective, like New York looks great. I also still need to investigate. Maybe there's something that you can do for the photogrammetry to get at least a little bit better, but I'm not sure, right? Okay, so head tracking on. Okay, let's get rid of some of the speed because there will be like a sharp descent. Okay, some more. Yeah, the buildings make it really interesting. Okay, so let's not crash into this one. A little bit too much collective. Okay, gear down. Okay, let's take a look. Are we on the right track? Yeah, we are. Okay. And let's just deliver this guy. Okay, I should have turned off this tablet. Okay, this wasn't the best decision ever because I actually need this window to land. Okay, so just 1 second. Okay, now it's much better. Okay. Okay, so we have landed, unloading and securing the suspect. Okay, so once again, one thing that I think I would do in future would be doing like a hidden delay, right, after landing for those additional operations. Because right now, the second that you are touching down, right, it's already starting doing something. Okay, so for now the worst decision was to keep the tablet here. I didn't think about this one. Okay, and I think we can kill them. And let me show you the outside view. Okay, let's just take a look around. I mean, it's a lot of fun to fly around those buildings because this is something that you don't normally do, right? Especially like when I'm flying in Alaska, there aren't too many high buildings. And here it's a lot of fun. Okay. A lot of securing. The city sounds are great. I can just make it a little bit louder for you guys. And the suspect was brought into custody. Good job. So in this whole mission, I only had one fail scenario, the one when you don't start in 5 minutes, but you could pretty much like add as many as you want, right? We could, for example, do a timer on this flight between those two locations, right? If you will be too late at the other one, the suspect will be already left. But I didn't want to make it like too complicated in the beginning. So I hope you still had fun and you could see like what is possible with the hub. And I'm not even using everything, right? So now when I was creating this one, I had a lot of additional ideas. Another of my idea is that as a civilian rescue helicopter, I will be actually helping the military because there are a lot of military assets. So we will just say that there were like some NATO exercises and there was a big accident and they also needed the support of the local hospital, right? And we might then land like on a carrier or something, I don't know. This might be also an interesting idea. But as I said, what I would appreciate would be a place where like photogrammetry would not be so ugly. So then it would be really fun to land and to do stuff around the city or anywhere else. Okay, some other things that I have discussed during the prior Mission Hub video was that I said that on Flight Sim.to there were no additional missions, right, to download from other people. But actually, the same day that I have done the video, somebody posted 2 missions. I haven't tested them yet, but guys, if you're interested, check them out. I think those were 2 rescue missions, I think in Switzerland, so they might be great. I'm considering also uploading this one. I will need to first check it to make sure that the descriptions will be also like understandable for people who are not the author, right, of the mission, because I know what to do, because I have designed it. Another thing, in the prior video I said that I think I heard that there is like a plugin for this Mission Hub to have random missions. So you don't need to download them, you don't need to create them. Sadly, I've mixed it up, right? This plugin was only for the missions from the Hype Performance group, okay? So this is different. And last thing is I have this like landing monitor that I'm using nowadays. So just to show you how the landing was. Obviously it might have been soft, which is nice, I always appreciate it, but it's not centered, right? So it could have been better, but I'm still pretty happy with it. So, and this is police flying with the Mission Hub. Let's hope that with the coming updates they will add even more assets, activity types. They already said that like for the coming updates they are both planning bug fixes and some new content, right? So I cannot wait, and like for me it's great. As I said, now if I would have to create this mission, it would be maybe 2 hours, maybe less, and it's a lot of fun. If I would like add more timers, it would be even more difficult, and then it would be maybe more fun to rerun the same mission, right? Because it will be really possible to fail. That's saying enough talking for this time, and see you in future videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.